check out this one next. The miracle of Pakistani Tekken. I want to see. Man.
In 2019, Pakistan surprised everyone when they proved they had some of the best Tekken players in the world.
Yeah, it's great to
Arslan
see.
Ash won both EVOs that year, earning himself a Red Bull sponsorship. Atif Butt and Uwais Honey would get first and second place respectively at Tokyo Tekken Masters, and Bilal would win the ultra-stacked LCQ event at the TWT Finals. The running joke was that getting past visa issues was harder than winning the tournament itself. The Pakistani passport ranked the 4th lowest for visiting other countries, which is why Arslan Ash famously...
Wait, what? Really? What website is that? That's so cool.
4th
Oh my god, Iraq is down here. Holy, Syria. Passport power rank. So it's really tough for Pakistani people to like actually visit other countries. What website is this? That's kind of cool. North Korea is higher than Pakistan? How? I thought North Korea, like, they're not allowed to leave at all. Huh. Interesting. Interesting.
lowest for visiting other countries, which is why Arslan Ash famously got stuck in transit for 3 days on his way to winning EVO Japan.
Yes, there was a time when I lose all my hope and I decided to go back home.
So how does Pakistan, a country that doesn't...
Yeah, it's just kind of weird that it's ranked higher than Pakistan, because like this guy, you know, he's a pro gamer, you know, he does tech and stuff, and he was allowed to go out. So how would it be ranked lower than North Korea? Kind of interesting. I don't know. Maybe there's just something that I don't know about, right? I mean, like in North Korea, they don't even have internet. I mean,
even have official distributors for PlayStation or Xbox get good enough to beat the best in the world. There's no better way to find out than to actually go there, so I went to Lahore, which is the second largest city and home to the best fighting gamers in the country. I was warmly greeted by the local commentators, Soul Dragger and Silver Fox, who taught me about the country and the local scene.
Let's go, Gerald.
Yeah.
You came in the right time. I needed this break.
Oh, absolutely.
Alright, we're here.
The first thing to know about Lahore is that it's a
Cool.
center for the arts and culture of the Punjab region, an area that includes eastern Pakistan and northwest India. It's the birthplace for much of the country's filmmaking, literature, and music. So it's no surprise this is where a culture for gaming could grow as well. Lahore is precisely where you'd have a liberal arts university inviting FGC people to provide a guest lecture about Tekken and esports. There is even an open tournament held in the classroom afterwards.
With the university,
That's cool.
Now they've got multiple events.
I just noticed something. Do you see how he's holding his controller? He's holding it like this. Because he wants to press the 1+2, 3+4 like that. Interesting the way he has it. Well, I mean, with Tekken 8, you have L2, R2, and you can bind those to like 1+2 and 3+4. So I assume Tekken 7 did not have this. It didn't have the ability to keybind 1+2, 3+4 on like your triggers. Because otherwise, like, he wouldn't be holding it like this. Oh, it did. Interesting. Why is he holding the controller like that? I don't know. Is it comfortable? I don't. Maybe I'm crazy then.
Classroom afterwards.
With the
He's
university,
doing like this.
now
1+2.
they've got multiple events, so they call it Festival. It was basically a film festival with all of the other stuff.
Yeah,
fighting game
I guess so.
tournaments as well, alongside all the film
Everyone's got their own way of
competition and
playing.
sports competition and all that jazz. I think it was pretty sick to be summoned by a
Oh, it's been a thing since
university
Tekken 2.
that
Oh,
is
wow.
basically really
So it's actually been around for a
art-focused.
while.
But to have a culture for gaming, you still need to have games. Pakistan has no official distributor for the most popular consoles, so these consoles and games are imported and sold in the gray market. But imported goods are not cheap, especially when their prices are not adjusted for the country's purchasing power.
If you get a graphics card or a console, it's now considered a luxury item and taxed like that. So PlayStation 5 is probably like $800 here. When I was growing
Holy
up, I
fuck.
don't remember if there was anybody else in my class that would own a console at the time.
There's no shot. How much is PlayStation 5? Normally, how much is it? It's $499, and in Pakistan, he said $800, bro. Holy shit! Damn, it's a real luxury item. Holy shit, man.
The price for it is so inflated. It
7
takes a
Up.
while for it to be accessible to
love 7 Up.
everybody else.
These prices make gaming an extremely expensive hobby, but there is a way for many Pakistani gamers to get video games for free.
Back in those days, I'm sure getting a console for a lot of people was getting it from Saudi Arabia, because a lot of Muslims go to pilgrimage every year.
Saudi Arabia is where the holiest site in
That's smart. That's smart. Yeah, they go to Hajj and they go here. They just buy the PlayStation. That's smart. That is smart. Yeah, that's a good thing to do. And also, like, you get it. You know, maybe if you have a kid back home, you know, you bring him the PlayStation.
in Islam is located, the Mecca.
Yeah.
Each year, about 1 to 2 million Muslims make a pilgrimage there. The most significant pilgrimage is called the Hajj, which is a religious duty to carry out at least once in a lifetime. Since Pakistan is over 96% Muslim, most people are going to make that trip.
If you're going abroad and you're coming back, it's a custom to bring something for your, especially for the kids, right? And consoles is the
Literally what I just said. Literally, yeah, this guy knows what's up.
easiest no-brainer for any adult who doesn't even, understand what it is. They were readily available and at a good price in Saudi Arabia.
Pakistan inadvertently got introduced to video gaming through a Muslim ritual.
I'm just
I
going
wrote
to
the
pray
script.
my Maghrib prayer. It's the fourth prayer of the day. We pray when the sun goes down.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. I haven't prayed here, so let's go. Let's pray.
But the ones who still had no games at home did what everyone else in the world did. Go to the arcades.
Here we go. All right.
Now this is awesome.
This is the Level Up Gaming Hub,
Check this
an arcade
out.
which is mostly Tekken with a couple of KOF caps. There's a lot to soak in here, but the first thing that stood out was this wall
Damn.
of electricity meters in plain sight and these giant batteries on top
Oh
of the
my
cabinets.
Pakistan is a country that has historically faced a lot of power issues. There's not a lot of power to go around, which is why we often face blackouts, sometimes multiple times in a day.
This summer, my schedule was 10:15 in the morning, 4:15 in the evening, and then like 9:15 at night. So that's 3 hours of power outages that I have to adapt into my schedule. That adds.
I'd be so frustrated. I feel so bad for them, man. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm grateful, because like, as a streamer, I need the internet, I need the electricity, I need to be able to edit my videos. Like, imagine I'm editing a video, I'm rendering it, and then it shuts off, and I'm just like, ugh. That'd be so frustrating. So honestly, like, I feel real bad for them to be in that situation. That's rough, man. And even with all that, they're still the best Tekken players. Holy, like these guys are crazy.
Adds to the cost of setting up a system. So if I'm buying a PS or a PC and I want to play
It's actually
during
impressive.
power outages, I have to set up a UPS system, right? An uninterruptible power supply
Right,
system.
okay, I see.
The next thing I
so
know-
like if the power runs out, they have this. I assume like that's what a UPS is. So they have their own power supply to like keep the games going. Interesting.
Noticed was that these machines were not coin operated. The cabinets were clearly just running console versions of the game, so I wondered how customers paid. I wasn't ready for the answer.
That whole coin-operated system still exists in a certain way. They introduced a sort of honor system. They play like first to 10 sets, first to 5 sets. They'd be keeping track of how many times they lost. And once everything was done, they'd report it back to the desk that this is how many games I lost, and as many games as they lost, that was the amount of coins, virtual, imaginary coins that they have to pay.
Even without a winner stays on coin-based system, they still maintain
That's
the
kinda
arcade
cool.
competitive spirit where each game is a mini money match. For the hardcore tournament players, there's even a bring your own controller area with smaller low lag monitors. Another thing I couldn't ignore was the claw grip that many Pakistani players use to press buttons. The first time I saw this up close was when I filmed Arslan Ash practicing in Thailand. Why do Pakistanis play like this?
They like this.
Accidentally used to press other buttons, so then I changed this script. and then I moved to this. Also, the thing is that if you can see, then I have some kind of dead skin on here.
I have this with my mouse also. When I use my mouse a lot, when I'm gaming League of Legends for hours and hours, and I'm playing Overwatch for hours, yeah, I know exactly what he's talking about.
And also here, I have dead skin.
Yeah.
So I think this is the problem with me. So
That's how you know
when
you're
I
a real
used to
gamer.
play like this, I couldn't play because this skin hurts me.
Stand your dead skin.
So then I adopted this play style.
After Arslan mentioned his
You're
wrist,
smart.
I started to notice that the edge of some of these cabinets had rubbed off exactly where you would place your wrists. Also, the arcade buttons were spaced much further apart than the typical arcade layouts you see elsewhere.
That is much further, yeah.
These wooden cabinets are unique because
Yeah, like if you press one button, you have to create more space. I feel like that would hurt your finger. It's like 1 + 2. You have to press like that. Yeah. That's kind of a pain.
were designed and built by the locals.
जाहिर सी बात है बंदा ने हमको यहाँ
They did that.
आर्केड वगैरह कुछ चीज़ कैबिनेट्स वगैरह तो भेज नहीं सकता, तो हमने खुद अपनी मदद आपके
They
तहत
designed
इसको
it
डिज़ाइन किया
themselves.
और इसको बनाया और मार्केट में लेके आए. तो हमारे लड़कों के लिए ये भी एक नई चीज़ थी तब कि 2 साइड पे खेलना, और इससे एक तो गेम भी न्यूट्रल हो गई थी, कोई किसी के हाथ या बटन वगैरह नहीं
Look at
देख
that
सकता था.
grip.
तो इससे लोगों को भी फ़ायदा हुआ.
Why are there
लोगों की
2
practice
holes
अच्छी
on the
हुई.
right?
तो हमने कोशिश
Just
की कि
plucked it
अच्छे से
out.
अच्छा मटेरियल लगाएं इसके ऊपर और इसको रनिंग में लेके आए.
Like,
This guy, he really helped us make those cabinets.
Yeah.
The crash cabinets, and then we bought it from him, and then we put them in many gaming houses. He's pretty good at the woodwork and stuff.
Yeah.
So, he's the founder of the Crash Body in Pakistan.
Okay, wow.
This is the Itra shopping center where they build arcade cabinets and sell them. You can also find imported games and accessories here.
Cool.
But what caught my eye were all the scraps from old gaming machines. Because gaming equipment is expensive and scarce, repair becomes
that
a
thing is
necessity.
dead.
But without official repair centers, it's difficult to source the parts. Third-party repair centers like Gaming Tech Pakistan rely on scavenging parts from broken equipment to fix consoles, arcade boards, or controllers.
If you come here, he's probably gonna have a board for King of Fighters 95. Anything, you basically just come here,
Dude, they
you
got
tell them
everything.
that this is the retro thing that I need fixed. These are your guys.
This resourcefulness has made gaming possible for as many people as possible. If a cabinet needs to support a 6-button game, drill some more holes. If a game doesn't need all the buttons, put them in an arcade stick.
लोगों को यहाँ पे बहुत मुश्किल है इन चीज़ों की, खास तौर पे ये जो पार्ट्स हैं ये जब वहाँ से इधर आते हैं तो वो जितनी कीमत का होता है उससे डबल कीमत में पहुँच जाता है.
Look, they got the buttons and everything there.
70% लोग तो ऐसे हैं जिनके पास इक्विपमेंट ही नहीं है इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे कम्पीट करने के लिए, तो वो देसी यहाँ पे जो भी चीज़ मिलती है उसका बना के उस पर खेलते हैं, प्रैक्टिस करते हैं. उनका शौक़ देखें आप कि वो उनको कुछ सस्ती चीज़ भी, कोई हल्की चीज़ भी मिल जाए तो वो उसके ऊपर भी खेलना शुरू कर देते हैं, क्योंकि शौक़ का तो कोई हिसाब नहीं लगा सकता, कोई जिसका जो शौक़ है उसी हिसाब से वो करता है.
But gear alone doesn't make people good at a game. While Zaman makes and repairs arcade sticks, he also runs Maniac's Gaming Hub, a meeting place for the fighting game community and a training ground for the best players in the country. There's a wall signed by FGC people passing by, and a welcome message still there from when Nee came to visit. It's a place to practice, but also a place to hold tournaments and exhibitions.
ये जो इवेंट है ये मैं एक लीक करवाई है ताकि लोगों को पता लगे कि ये एक मंथ की.
Nino, do you have any arcade cabinets at your house? No. I've never played on something like this. Like with the arcade stick and all the buttons. I've been to an arcade, right? But I don't remember playing with this, with the joystick and the pressing the buttons. I remember when I was in arcade, I play you pick up the gun, you put the coin, and you shoot with the gun. And you press down on your foot, you put up the gun, and then on the screen you shoot the enemies or whatever. I've been to an arcade, but I've never really played with this. But I want to try it though. I will say I want to try it because it seems like all the big pros in Tekken, they all use an arcade stick. Maybe there's some that use a gamepad. I don't know. Are there pros that use a PlayStation controller and they pop off? Maybe they exist, Only Kuwait Magic Arcade. I don't know if you remember Kuwait Magic. I probably haven't been there because I don't remember it or know it actually. I'll check that out though. I'll see where it is. I wonder what they have.
लीग है, बैक टू बैक 3 इवेंट्स होंगे इस लीग में। ये मैं बेसिकली इसलिए करवा रहा हूँ क्योंकि कम्युनिटी को पता लगे कि इवेंट कैसे होते हैं, बाहर जाकर उन्होंने कैसे खेलना है, कैसे प्रेशर हैंडल करना है। और एक तो जो प्लेयर स्पॉन्सर नहीं है, जिनको पैसे की जरूरत है, वो तो जीते और प्राइज वगैरह हासिल करें, उनको पता लगे कि यार इस फील्ड में पैसा है, इसमें मेहनत करनी चाहिए और इवेंट होते हैं। और मैं जब ईवो गया था और मैंने वहाँ पे देखा कि लोग इस चीज़ को कितना सीरियस लेते हैं, तो मैंने फिर इरादा किया था कि इंशाल्लाह पाकिस्तान जाऊँगा। पहले भी इवेंट ऑर्गेनाइज कराता था, पर अब मैं अच्छे लेवल पे ऑर्गेनाइज करवाऊंगा इवेंट। तो काफ़ी लोगों ने मेरी इसमें हेल्प आउट की है और ये लीग इंशाल्लाह सक्सेसफुल है और आगे भी मैं इसका सीज़न 2 भी करवाऊंगा इंशाल्लाह बहुत जल्द।
ये कम्युनिटी जो है ना, ये अगर इकट्ठी रहेगी, एक जगह इकट्ठी रहेगी, एक दूसरे का साथ देगी, तो इनको कोई भी नहीं हरा सकता। पाकिस्तान टेकन एक मौजा ही है, ठीक है। अरसलान की जो परफॉर्मेंस है उसने इसको
him winning it definitely put them like on the radar.
अगर अरसलान ये परफॉर्मेंस ना देता वहाँ पे, तो अभी भी हम स्ट्रगल ही कर रहे होते हैं। तो अब पूरी दुनिया की नज़रें हमारी टेकन के ऊपर हैं। इंशाल्लाह ताला लड़के मेहनत कर रहे हैं और आगे निकलने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। हर बंदा एक दूसरे से आगे सबकत लेना चाह रहा है।
But as much as I love Tekken and competitive fighting games, I thought calling it a miracle was a bit much. But then I went to Lahore City Square and saw this.
Arslan. Oh, they put him on the... Wow.
Many thanks to the Pakistani FGC for helping me make this video and bearing with me every time I said a place reminding me of Dark Souls.
On the
this
streets.
was Gerald from Corey Gaming.
He was like a symbol for Pakistan. Imagine being so fucking good at the game that like the whole country loves you. That is awesome. Like he put his country like on the map for everyone to see, you know? Like, oh, even the Koreans are coming to Pakistan to play Tekken. That is such a good video, man.
Thanks for watching.
That was good. That was good. That was a really good video. Man, on top of all the stuff, man, with like the electricity and the power, and they can't like run their games like and have to worry about power outage, they found the solution and with it, you know? With their own power supply and everything. Like
the uncle is learning that trick, man. Can you believe that?
Alright, that was cool.
Oh my god.
That was cool. That was a good video. Give that a like. The miracle of Pakistani Tekken, man. 1.2 million views, man. That was good. The resourcefulness here is incredible. No electricity, bring a generator. No console controller, make them from spare parts. No arcade cabinet, get your Carberton friends to build one. Despite all these challenges, the community has literally built the scene from scratch and produced some of the world's best players. Exactly, like, they're not relying on like, oh, import it to Pakistan. No, like they just make it using spare parts. Imagine, these guys are so passionate about Tekken that they went through all that and made it happen, and there's like a really strong community around it. Props, man. That was, man. I'm a Pakistani gamer. This mini documentary makes me so happy. Finally people realize our struggle. That's legit, man. Warm hug to our Pakistani bros. Instead of being like, what the Pakistani FGC like, let me postulate about it from my American home. You actually went there to document it and experience it yourself. Props. Yeah, I think that's the cool thing about this video, is that he actually went there, he talked to the people there, and saw it with his own eyes. It's much different when you're there and you make a video about it compared to when you do the video at home and like research, right? He went full measure on this. You know, it kind of reminds me of Final Fantasy 14 with that one video where they were talking to Yoshi P and Koji Fox and all the other dudes. Like, he went to Tokyo to make that documentary, the no-clip documentary, talking with the FF14 devs directly. He gets all the information from them not just from Google, not from researching. So I respect that. That was really good. Overall, good video. Give that a clap.